Muhammad, who was born in the city of Mecca, a region where people were live like Bedouins, no style to live a life, no social or culture, no sense of relationships. He was born in 570 CE. Since beginning he lived his life soberly. But at the age of 40 he received revelation from God through the angel Gabriel and continued to receive revelations until his death. After first message from God he started preaching, but he faced persecution of course from these local peoples who were no sense to serve of a good life. After 10 years of persecution he migrated to Medina, which is also the holy city of Muslims, where he established first Islamic State, with 51 articles of charter. After spending almost 9 years in Medina he diplomatically conquered Mecca without bloodshed. He reshaped the overall Arabia. He poured the sense to live a good life in Arabs, but also his message which he received from Allah delivered to all over the world. It's Islam, an Abrahamic religion which still today a most spreading religion in the world with 1.8 billion population and second largest religion after Christianity. After Muhammad's death in 632, his close companion Abu Bakr became the first caliph or successor of the Muslim community. Abu Bakr and the next 3 caliphs, Umar, Uthman and Ali, are known as the rightly guided caliphs because they followed the Quran and the Sunnah, the example of Muhammad, closely. Under their rule, Islam spread rapidly through military conquests and peaceful conversions in Arabia, Syria, Palestine, Egypt, North Africa, Iraq, Persia, Spain and India. Islam was tolerant of other religions, especially Jews and Christians, who were considered people of the book and allowed to practice their faiths under Islamic rule. Islam also appealed to many people because of its message of equality and justice for all believers, regardless of race, class or ethnicity. After Ali's death in 661, a civil war broke out among Muslims over who should be the rightful leader of the community. This led to the division of Islam into 2 main sects, Sunni and Shia. The Sunni Muslims accepted the rule of the Umayyad dynasty, which moved the capital from Medina to Damascus and expanded the Islamic Empire further into Central Asia, North Africa and Europe. The Shia Muslims believed that only the descendants of Ali and his wife Fatima, Muhammad's daughter, had the right to lead the community. They supported Ali's son Hussain, who was killed by the Umayyads at the Battle of Karbala in 680. This event is commemorated by Shia Muslims every year as a day of mourning and resistance. The Umayyad dynasty was overthrown by a rebellion led by Abbas, another descendant of Muhammad's uncle, in 750. He founded the Abbasid dynasty, which moved the capital to Baghdad and ushered in a golden age of Islamic civilization. Hussain ibn Ali was the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad and the son of Fatima and Ali, who were the daughter and cousin of Muhammad, respectively. He was born in 626 CE in Medina, Arabia. He is revered by Shia Muslims as the 3rd Imam, spiritual leader, and as a martyr who sacrificed his life for the cause of Islam. Hussain ibn Ali lived during the time of the Umayyad dynasty, which ruled the Muslim world after the death of Muhammad. He opposed the legitimacy of the Umayyad Caliph Yazid, who he considered to be a tyrant and a usurper. He received an invitation from the people of Kufa, a city in Iraq, to come and led them in a revolt against Yazid. He set out for Kufa with a small group of his family and followers, but he was intercepted by a large army sent by Yazid near Karbala, a town on the banks of the Euphrates River. On the 10th of Muharram, 680 CE, Hussain ibn Ali and his companions faced the Umayyad forces in a battle that became known as the Battle of Karbala. Hussain ibn Ali refused to surrender or pledge allegiance to Yazid, and he fought bravely until he was killed along with most of his supporters. His head was severed and sent to Yazid in Damascus as a trophy. His body was buried in Karbala, which became a holy site for Muslims. The martyrdom of Hussain ibn Ali is commemorated every year by Muslims during the first 10 days of Muharram, especially on the day of Ashura, the 10th day. They mourn his death and honor his courage and sacrifice with rituals, processions, poetry, and prayers. They also view him as a symbol of resistance against oppression and injustice. The story of Hussain ibn Ali has inspired many people throughout history, not only Muslims but also Christians, Jews, Hindus, Sikhs, and others. He is regarded as one of the most influential figures in Islamic history and one of the greatest heroes of humanity.
Don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon.